Member for Katherine.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. And I rise this evening to put a few different adjournments on the record. So on Saturday when I was home, Mr Deputy Speaker, we had the 22nd, on the 22nd of March, we had the 83rd celebration of the bombing of Katherine. There was many people that were there laying a wreath. We had the Katherine High School leaders there. We had St Joseph's Catholic College. I know the opposition leader was there with her 2 young children that are growing up extremely quickly. There is a considerable growing participation of RAF personnel coming to these events, which is great to see given that we are, in a RAF town. I'd just like to thank Tegan from Dragonfly Catering, who always does a great job, Katherine Town Council and also the Katherine Museum for putting on this event. Also the Katherine Vehicle Enthusiast Club, to which I am a member of. My husband has many old cars. They had a bit of a display there with their war cars, and we then went up to the site just a little bit further away where Dodger Cudgewell was killed, and he was the only guy in Katherine that was killed in the bombing of Katherine. But it was incredible, and I feel almost embarrassed to say, Mr Deputy Speaker, that I actually, for 35 years of living in Katherine, had not been there, which is, as I say, that's embarrassing. But it was quite incredible. There's a plaque that's been on the rock. The old cars position themselves around, and it really was. There's a plaque that explains sort of what happened on there. All the shrapnel you can see it all very clearly in all the rock around him. So I don't actually think, as much as he was covering behind these massive big rocks, I don't think he stood a chance with all the shrapnel holes that are in the rock area there. Another thing that happened on the weekend, Mr Deputy Speaker, a huge congratulations to Tom and Annabelle Curtin from Katherine Outback Experience, who won for the 3rd year in a row the best tourist attraction in Australia. Katherine Outback Experience has been going for many years. Tom and Annabelle work really hard with their team to put on a great display of horsemanship, bit of singing, dog training, and Tom is just quite incredible the way he can get dogs to do exactly what he wants them to do in his training and with his horses. When he's not in Katherine in the dry season, Mr Deputy Speaker, him and Annabelle and the kids and the whole team take the show on the road, and I know friends of mine that have seen his show in different areas and different states right around Australia, and everyone says absolutely how fantastic it is. Last Friday it was World Down Syndrome Day, and it was a pleasure to meet up with Project 21 here in Parliament, Mr Deputy Speaker. They had a tour of the Parliament, and also there was young Bryony Festing, who is a friend's daughter, similar age to my daughter, and she's now living in Darwin. We all donned crazy socks for Lots of Socks campaign last week. So we here in government, the cabinet members all donned crazy socks, and yeah, it was quite funny. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Nick Lovering, the principal of Katherine High School, Alicia Stanley, the head of campus, Brianna, AP, and all of the leadership team and staff there at Katherine High School, along with Paul Van Holsten, Deputy CE, James Brooking, the Aboriginal Liaison Officers, Gary Mambaloo, Henry Driver, Sylvia Moroney, Ethan Woods-Allam, and a huge thanks to Danny Matuzio, who was the school-based constable, Mr Deputy Speaker, who has come back to help support the school, as I've spoken about in the Parliament numerous times over there. Unsettling period, I think you would agree that they've had at the start of this school year. So I just want to give them a big shout out and put a thanks on the record to them. Yesterday, CODA and the seniors had a seniors expo in Katherine. I couldn't be there, but Jen, my electorate officer, does a great job of representing me when I'm not there in Katherine. Many of the seniors were there. We gave them a raffle prize, which they raffled off for the day. So that was a good turnout there at the YMCA in Katherine. This week here in Parliament, I've caught up with the Holy Spirit Primary School, with Coda, the member for Casuarina, and the member for Wanguri. Also caught up with Shepparton College with the member for Mulka. And again, a big shout out to our parliamentary education team for the great work that they do in coordinating these schools that come in, educating them on what happens in the Parliament, and they do a mighty fine job, Mr Deputy Speaker. Laurie Zio, the member for Fanny Bay, also recently was the MC at a function here in the hall for St Patrick's Day celebrations. The venue was transformed into a vibrant stage, and it was great to see the Celtica Performance Dance Company. And congratulations to Pat Murray and Tom Cayley for their service to the Irish community. And what a great, absolutely fantastic dance group they were. And, you know, along with yourself, Mr Deputy Speaker, I think the member for Barclay was there, the member for Wanguri was there, the member for Casuarina was there, the member for the member for Sanderson was there. Yes,
Leader of the opposition.
I just couldn't. I didn't want to kind of leave anyone out, but there was a lot of us there. Yes, and the member for Arnhem did stick her head in for a moment or two, Mr Deputy Speaker. Anyway, it was a great event, and it's great to see so many events taking place here in Parliament House. We have had other multicultural events recently, as well as the member for Wanguri spoke about earlier, and it really is great to see the hall transformed into a fantastic, vibrant place, inviting all these different groups in and letting them enjoy the celebrations here at Parliament, Mr Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Member for Katherine.